Today, we're going to look at solving systems of equations when we have three variables and three equations. In general, you need the same number of equations as you have variables in order to solve. So my first thing is I'm going to take this equation and rewrite it down here. My goal now is I want to eliminate my z's. So if I multiply the whole equation by 2, I'm going to get negative 4z. When I add those together, it will disappear. And I'm multiplying the whole thing, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that right below my other equation. And I'm going to add these two together. And so you'll see, just like I wanted it to, my plus 4z and my minus 4z add together to be no z, or 0. So now I have an equation in just two variables. Okay, so now I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to choose to do it with this equation and this equation. So I'm going to take this equation and write it out. And now if I want to get rid of my z again, I'm going to take this equation and multiply it by 2. And again, I'm going to apply it to everything. And that gives me 2x minus 2y plus 2z equals negative 8. I'm going to write that right under this equation. And now I'm going to add these two together. And so again, my minus 2z and my plus 2z, that lets me eliminate z. And I've got 7x minus y equals 4. So now I have two equations in two variables I can solve here. I see that I can eliminate my y if I just make one of them positive. So I'm going to multiply this equation by -1 because a negative times a negative makes a positive. So I distribute that through, and now I'm going to put that under here. And now I'm going to add those two equations together. And I get, which is looking very pretty. And finally, I divide both sides by 5 to find that x equals 1. Now, I have two equations that just involve x and y, and I know what x is, so now I can find y. So I'm going to grab out my 12x minus y equals 9, and I'm going to substitute 1 for x. And then I'm going to go ahead and solve. So 12 minus y equals 9, subtract 12 from both sides. Negative y equals -3, multiply both sides by a -1, and I find that y equals 3. So now I have the value of x, I have the value of y, and I have three equations to choose from to plug them into. I'm going to choose this top one because it seems easiest. And when I plug in my 1 for x and my 3 for y, I get 1 minus 3 plus z equals -4. I simplify. I add 2 to both sides, which leaves me with z equals -2. So my solution set for this system of equations is x equals 1, y equals 3, and z equals -2. All right, click on these videos. Consider subscribing to my channel so that you can know when I put out a new video, and we can keep on mathing.